Right, okay, so we've selected our veneers that the client's chosen, and the previous evening we flattened our veneers off so they're nice and easy to work with. So we'll take a selection for the panel size. So for example, it may be 600 and 600. We can do 2 cuts today showing a slip match and book match in the veneers before we press them onto a panel. So just moving across to the guillotine. We've chosen the nicest areas for our face of our panels. That's our panels cut to length and width. When we come back, we're going to lay the first one out in a book match. And then the second one out, we're going to lay in a slip match. After we've laid them out, we're just going to tape them up. If veneers are really flat, we can just pull together with one hand and tape and pop the tape down, always pushing the joint together nicely. As we do so, we want to avoid any gaps. You can also use the tape to tab across the veneer first, so again pulling it together with your hand, pulling across, just pulling out any tension in the veneer and getting the gaps up nice and tight. So there we have 2 panels, one that's been book matched and taped together, ready for pressing, and one that's been slip matched and ready for pressing. Okay, so having cut our 2 panels, which are 580 by 380, we've given ourselves just a little oversize for when we come to pressing so that we can locate the veneer. So we're just going to cut the backs now. Same process. We're just using some quartered oak here as a balance veneer. Remembering to do whatever we do on one side of the board that we make sure we do on the other. So our backing veneer, again, we can lay it out. We can either lay it as a slip match or a book match. It doesn't matter too much because this particular panel won't be visible. So for the pressing process, we've got all our boards ready, we've got our veneers ready. We're going to apply the backing veneer first and then flip it over and apply the face veneer. So just pressing today with the 2-pack, 2-part glue. So just rolling nicely up and down, making sure we cover where we've been, and then just going back across the panel to make sure all the areas of the board are covered. Taking our backing veneer, just evening out with our fingers around the panel and flipping it over. Now applying our face veneer, again just evening out with our fingers. This is the booked match version that we're just going to pop in the press. This will go in the press now for approximately 6 minutes at 60 degrees. Okay, so that's our timer now, just going off there. So the piece has been in there approximately 7 minutes. The glue would have cured and the veneers will be pressed. So just bring the board out. The veneers are now pressed firmly onto the board. This board will now go for trimming and sanding, where all the tape is removed and sanded off so we get a nice clean panel. Okay, so we've just trimmed our panel off to size and we're just going to sand it now. So we're going to sand the reverse face first, making sure our extraction's turned on, take away all the dust. That's our book match panel that we prepared as a veneer earlier, pressed, trimmed round and sanded to a 150 finish. This can now go on to a production stage.